Okay, today the neighbors got me doing 4 pulled pork butts on my 22-inch Weber Smokey Mountain, and I'm going to try out my InkBird Smoker Controller this time, and we're going to use that to control temperature through the entire cook. Got my charcoal lit, and while that is getting going, let's get these pulled pork butts, get these pork ready to put on the grill, or put on the smoker, okay? Hang on. Here's some hard. I like to take all that off. And I know that it provides a good bit of fat, but the hardest part is just never going to render down. So let's go ahead and take off the worst of that. Then that's going to allow us to put more of this delicious rub on there. That gives us more bark, and then we end up pulling this, all that extra bark gets married out and spread out around all the pulled pork. So that's what I like to do. This guy is the bone. I don't need that little chunk. This guy's pretty soft. I think I'm going to leave most of that and just put a divot in it. I don't believe in all the aerodynamics. At least I'm not a believer yet. All right, that's trimmed gospel all-purpose rub. We're going to be really liberal with it. All sides. This is where a lot of the color comes from. This is where a lot of the flavor comes from. This is where all the bark comes from. Just put some on there and pat it in. They call it a rub, but you really just pat it in. You don't rub it because it just makes a mess. I'm going to raise your shaker up high off of the meat, just so it spreads out better, because we want to even coat all the way around. I think this side could use a little more. Okay. All right. I'll finish these up, and then I'll meet you out at the smoker. I've got the InkBird hooked up now, simply plugged into the side, and close the other 2 bottom vents so that the only source of oxygen is the controlled source, which is the one port over there where we installed it earlier. I'm going to cook on 2 levels. The lower level, I'm going to put a couple butts on, then we'll put the grate, and then we'll add the probes, and then add the second set of meat, close it down, and let it run. Here's a before picture. I doubt that you can hear that, but there's a little bit of hiss when it kisses that hot grate. I'm going to put 1 meat probe not in the bone, but in the middle of the meat. Okay, internal temperatures have reached about 160 according to the onboard probe. So let's get our quick tip and check them independently. Probably going to add some more spritz or maybe even some more rub. Been a couple hours, running about 250 still on the lid temperature. The internal probes tell us the grate temperature is a little above that, like 180, I think. Okay. Well, we're not going to be spritzing that. That is gorgeous. Let's just check this. We're going to probe these. They're not soft as we want them. 157. This one is my neighbor's. It's a little thinner the way it's splayed out. So it's a little tougher, but this might be time to wrap that one. This one is very tender. Okay, we're going to wrap them up, add a little sugar, butter, and get them back on the grill so we can bring them all the way up to 205. All right, let's see how we did. First one, looking right. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. Look at the red bark. Oh, and the smell is fantastic. Okay, I take these and serve them from a crock pot. So I typically go ahead and put them in the crock pot, pull them there, add any moisture, any sauce, anything like that at that point, so that it is just right and ready to serve with my guests, for my guests. Clean bone. All right, that's going to do it for this cook. The 4 butts are better than 1 episode. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a little something. I didn't have the real tips and tricks, but I can tell you what, the InkBird Smoker Controller that we used today worked flawlessly to raise temperatures and allowed it to come down naturally. And I could control that just by closing the vent down at the top to about 1/4 open is where I ended up. So it was constantly falling, and only the oxygen provided by the controller to raise it up. So those 2 forces came in balance that way. All right. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and can't wait to do the next one for you. Give me a call, comment below, like, dislike, whatever you need to do. I understand. Hit subscribe. I need you to subscribe right now. Don't forget to grill on, and see you next time.